everyone. I'm here to read one of my favorite animal stories to you today, Mr. Gumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. Have you read this story before? This was one of my favorites when I was a little girl. This is Mr. Gumpy. Doesn't he live in a cozy cottage? Mr. Gumpy owned a boat, and his house was by a river. One day, Mr. Gumpy went out in his boat. "May we come with you?" said the children. "Yes," said Mr. Gumpy, "if you don't squabble." Does anyone know what it means to squabble? That's a word we don't use very much. But it's another way of saying a little argument, a little disagreeing, a little bickering. That's another word you may or may not know. Squabble, to have a little fight. So the children can go with Mr. Gumpy so long as they don't fight. "Can I come along, Mr. Gumpy?" said the rabbit. "Yes, but don't hop about." Oh, you know rabbits do love to hop about. "I'd like a ride," said the cat. "Very well," said Mr. Gumpy, "but you're not to chase the rabbit." Well, you know cats do like chasing rabbits. "Will you take me with you?" said the dog. "Yes," said Mr. Gumpy, "but don't tease the cat." "May I come, please, Mr. Gumpy?" said the pig. "Well, yes, but don't muck about." "Have you a place for me?" said the sheep. "Yes, but don't keep bleating." Bleating is different from bleeding. Bleeding is when blood comes out. Bleating is the way a sheep sounds when it makes noise. Meh. "Can we come too?" said the chickens. "Yes, but don't flap," said Mr. Gumpy. Seems like it would be hard for a chicken to not flap. "Can you make room for me?" said the calf. "Yes, if you don't trample about." That boat looks like it's getting very full, doesn't it? Full of animals and children. "Meh. May I join you, Mr. Gumpy?" said the goat. "Very well, but don't kick." For a little while they all went along happily. But then the goat kicked, the calf trampled, the chickens flapped, the sheep bleated, the pig mucked about, the dog teased the cat chased the rabbit hopped, the children squabbled, the boat tipped. Oh dear. And into the water they fell. Oh my goodness. Then Mr. Gumpy and the goat and the calf and the chicken and the sheep and the pig and the dog and the cat and the rabbit and the children all swam to the bank and climbed out to dry in the hot sun. "We'll walk home across the fields," said Mr. Gumpy. "It's time for tea." And look, they came back and had a nice picnic lunch all together. Doesn't that look lovely with the cherries and the cake and the tea? "Goodbye," said Mr. Gumpy. "Come for a ride another day." The end. I do love the illustrations, the drawings in that book. It's a place I'd like to visit, and I do visit there in my mind and in my imagination. I also like the part when they all fall in the water and no one gets angry or upset. They all just say, oh well, that happened, and they dry off and they continue to have a nice time because mistakes do happen, right? And we can keep going and still have a nice time together. Thank you for listening to Mr. Gumpy's outing. I hope you have a happy day.